disclaimer. Oh, got my sync up on us. Sorry. Go ahead. Got the disclaimer coming up right now. 2 seconds.
Hello, welcome to College Cash. I am Money Michelle, and this is the podcast all about keeping cash in your pocket during the educational journey. Oh, I thought she said boom. Hello, welcome to College Cash. I am Money Michelle, and this is the podcast all about keeping cash in your pocket during your educational journey. And of course, as Money Michelle, I'm here to navigate you to nuggets of information, hopefully worth thousands of dollars. I am ready to get started again this weekend with my fantastic 5. Who can name them out there for me? We said them really quick. I'm going to say them real fast for you again. Fee waiver, fill out your Common App, forward your test scores, find your counselor, do your FAFSA. Wait, I'm missing one. Oh, find your counselor for your transcripts. Now, here's what I need you to know. We didn't quite get to share my screen as much as I wanted to last week, so we're going to start off sharing my screen just a little bit so I can make sure I tell you exactly where to go within the Common App. Now, remember, I'm just a mom, volunteer, getting you these services simply because I care. But with that said, sometimes we have some technical difficulties, especially with me trying to work a computer. So we're coming to you live from my house today during this Zoom. All right, I am going to click share screen, and I'm going to go over to here, click share, and click on Common App. Okay, that's all right. Yay, I think I see it. Y'all see the Common App up? Is my screen scrolling? Blaylin is my producer today, and so I'm getting the thumbs up. Thank you, Blaylin. That's, of course, my 14-year-old daughter. All right, so first thing for the Fantastic 5 is that fee waiver. How do you find it? First of all, you go into the Common App. Now, by now, if you've been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, you have got to know what the Common App is. In case you don't, it's the application where you can fill out one application and apply to thousands of schools. I think it's like maybe 4,000. It's a lot of schools. But in any case, go to commonapp.org if you still don't know where that is. Now, inside of your Common App, there's tabs up at the top. One says Dashboard, My Colleges, Common App. Click on that one. You're going to fill out all this information, but I'm scrolling down to show you specifically where the Common App fee waiver is. It's under Common App. Scroll down, Common App fee waiver. This shows you exactly how you can become eligible for your fee waiver. It mainly has to do with being eligible for free and reduced lunch. Now, every single school is different. Every county is different. Every counselor's process may be different, but the Common App is the same. In the app, what you need to do is click on this button. The question says, do you meet one or more of the Common App fee waiver eligibility criteria? You're simply going to click yes. That is what is going to allow you to be able to apply for the fee waiver. Basically, if you're on free and reduced lunch, you are going to be able to qualify for a fee waiver. All right, that's the first one of the Fantastic 5. I'm going to move pretty quick today, too, because we're only going to do about 30 minutes. And I just want to make sure my goal is for every single show, no matter if it's your first time watching or your 15,000th time watching, I'm going to go through these Fantastic 5, because anybody who watches this show, every single time you watch the show, you will know how to apply to college. All right, next up, I am getting ready to click on my College Board. All right, Blaylin, I'm looking over at you. What do you see on the screen? Is College Board on the screen? Blaylin is saying, do we have College Board on the screen? Let's see what we got. All right, I'm signing in and I'm clicking next. Okay, so what we're doing for our next step, which is forward your test scores. So we did the fee waiver on the Common App. We filled out the Common App. Now the third F in the Fantastic Five is to forward your test scores. Once you get into your College Board account, don't forget these steps. It says it right here. Don't forget to send your available scores. That is a very important step to do. You need to be able to send your scores every single time you take the test. If I sound like a broken record, it's because I am, because there's still kids out there, families out there, parents out there who do not think you need to send your scores every single time you take the test. You send the scores every time, and you send the scores before you take the test. The reason why, it's free. Once you take the test and then you try to send your scores, you're going to be charged. So that is why you want to go to send your scores in your College Board account, put in a school that you want to be able to send your scores to. Maybe it's going to be Stanford Upward Bound. Maybe it's going to be Hampton. Whatever school you want to send the scores to, you have to put it into, there is Hampton University, my school. Then notice how it says Hampton University is added to your score recipient list. Let's put in, oh, not able to see that. Well, anyway, no problem. I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second. All right, I think I'm back up. Can you see me now? Hopefully so. So what I was saying is you gotta send those scores, and you have to send those scores before you take the test. All right, next thing. Let's see what we're looking at. Are we looking at me? Let me see what we got going on. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about, we got the fee waiver, we have filling out the Common App, we have forwarding the test scores. Now, this one I really need to talk to you for just a moment about. It's all about finding your counselor. And I talk about this, once again, every single show. It's important to find your counselor in your high school. Here's why. They're going to be the ones that are going to approve your fee waiver. They're going to be the ones that are actually going to forward your transcripts. So that's another step that you always has to take in the Fantastic Five. And then, of course, my last one, we should all know it. FAFSA, FAFSA, FAFSA. It hasn't come out yet. We did get notification that the FAFSA is going to be coming out before December 31st. I'm not sure about that. I still personally think we're not going to be filling out FAFSAs until January. But in any case, you will know, I will make sure that I tell everybody when the FAFSA is open. It's the fifth step to the Fantastic Five: fee waiver, fill out your Common App, forward your test scores, find your counselor to forward your transcripts, and FAFSA. All right, we did the Fantastic Five today, and oh, I should keep it down to 5 minutes. I'll try to do that next time. Today was about 8. So the word of the day today, though, however, is scholarships. So as we start to talk about scholarships, I want you to understand that the very first place you need to look for scholarships, simple, right at your own school and right in your PTSA. There's Robinson High School. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's, of course, where my daughter is going and where my son went. So I wanted you to see a couple things here. When you click on Robinson High School or your own high school, you will be able to put in some sort of a search engine. No matter what school you go to, you will be able to put in counselor. So it's okay if you don't know your counselor's name, you know your high school's name, go to the little box, put in counselor. All of the counselors are going to come up. That's one quick and easy way for you to find your counselor. All right, now what I wanted you to see as I go back to my home page, I wanted you to figure out the quickest way to find scholarships through an unlikely source in your school, perhaps, is through your PTSA. And of course, once again, utilizing your school's website is so important. Now, maybe you're like, well, Money Michelle, my school doesn't have a website. We don't have a link. I know that there are many people who live in rural areas. And again, that's another reason why I'm doing this show. If you have a cell phone, if you're watching me, you have something. So either a computer or a cell phone, whatever it is that you have, simply go to your school's site, or once you've talked to whoever the counselors are, you can put in scholarships and the name of your school district. All right. So maybe your school doesn't have a website, but your school district definitely will. So I've put in Hillsborough County. That's where we live. I always like to make it simple and easy by simply referring to the county that I happen to live in. And I put in Hillsborough County School District and the word scholarship. Boom. Look what comes up. Simple, easy. How to do it? Once again, that little magnifying glass, the search box. It's so amazing how in this day and age of the internet, because we didn't have that when I was going to high school. I'm not supposed to tell you how old I am, but I guess I kind of just did. Everything was in a book. And unless you knew the name of it, you had no idea how to find things. Well, I'm trying to give you just general information that you can put into a search engine of some sort to help you find things. Go to your school district's website, in the little magnifying glass, put in the word scholarship, see what comes up. Now, in Hillsborough County, unbelievable amount of information right here, scholarship information and opportunities. The first thing I'm going to click on, and somebody tell me if you can see it, it should say the scholarship matrix, November 2023. Let me get a thumbs up or a yes. My producer's on the floor. What are you doing, Blayla? In any case, we have the scholarship matrix, November 23rd. Yes, scholarship matrix, November 2023. I got that from off of the Hillsborough County Public Schools school district. I know for a fact there are plenty of other school districts out there that have what's called a scholarship matrix. The reason why I like this way to look for scholarships is because it's specifically through your school district. Someone has looked at these scholarships and feels like it's a good piece of information for their students. Now, you'll notice on the Hillsborough County one, they have something that's called Raise Me Micro Scholarships. That's a nationwide search engine basically for scholarships as well. What I have to advise you, if you are going to use some of your nationwide search engines like Raise Me, you may want to create a special Gmail account dedicated to only scholarships. Because let's face it, nothing in this life is really free. It's always some marketing or something behind the scenes. So you will end up getting, some extra emails when you're looking for scholarships. So that's why my suggestion is create just a separate plain email that you can use when you're searching for scholarships, that you can use when you're applying to colleges. It can just be specifically your college email. All right, back to the Hillsborough County Matrix. Right here, we've got the annual high school essay contest, Hispanic Heritage, the Elks Foundation 2024 Most Valuable Student Scholarship, MLK Day Parade, the Kosovo Society, the list, Dell Scholars, Burger King Scholars, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. I definitely want to say ooh to all my sorors. That is another great place for you to be able to look for scholarships with your sorority and fraternities. A lot of you maybe know people, or maybe your parents, your grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever. Ask them, does their sorority or fraternity have a scholarship? Chances are the answer is yes. So I can click through this. Literally, there are 5 pages, 5 full pages of information just on the scholarship matrix for Hillsborough County. Now, like I said, maybe you live somewhere you don't know if you all have a scholarship matrix. You're never going to know if you don't do what? Check. Very, very important for you to do. My show, like I said, is all about navigating you to nuggets of information worth thousands of dollars. The only way you're going to find this money is if you look. Okay, so we covered the scholarship matrix. Now I want to click on something else through your school district. through Hillsborough County, it's called the Hillsborough Education Foundation, known as HEF. Once again, senior scholarships. They even had a whole entire webinar only on scholarships. There's a recording that you can watch to tell you all about the scholarships through the Hillsborough Education Foundation. There's the application button. We can click here. Let's see what happens if we click here. All right. Oh my goodness. This is another, how many pages is this one? Another 5 pages. Hillsborough Education Foundation Senior Scholarships. Now I'm going to stop sharing for just a second because this is important. I need for you to see my face. Can you see my face? Layla, let me know.
Can we see your face?
She's doing a great job. My little mini producer. All right, I got a thumbs up this time. She got up off the floor. I can see her now. All right, listen to me today. When you have your school district foundation, I know there's a Hillsborough Education Foundation. I know there's a Pinellas Education Foundation. I know that there are education foundations all across the entire state of Florida. The reason why I know that is because these foundations also administer a program called Take Stock in Children that can help you earn a full scholarship when you're starting in middle school. You have to get into that program, middle school or early 9th grade. But that's another story. We're going to do a whole show about that at a later date. But that's how I know every single county, for the most part, all across Florida, has a foundation. Hillsborough, the Hillsborough Education Foundation. The reason why these are so important, all of these scholarships through your education foundation of your school district are specifically for students in that school district. Now, they may be, some of the scholarships, they could be statewide or they could be, all of Tampa Bay, but for the most part, you're really getting into your specialized scholarships specifically for your district. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. Let's see what happens. All right, and I click share. Okay, I'm scrolling through the Hillsborough Education Foundation scholarships. 2023, 2024, the scholarships are open. Seniors, it's one application for more than 100 scholarships. The matrix, that is an application per scholarship. So that was 5 pages of applications. You had to fill out every single one that you might be interested in. Your foundation scholarships, one application. This one's 5 pages long, and you've automatically applied to all of those different scholarships. Some of them are going to want more information once there's a match. Some of them, you may just get them. It depends. Here's what I have to say about that. So many of you don't take the time to fill out the one application. It's one application and a very simple essay. The essay is, what are your plans after high school? You need to have something to say, because it's either you're going to take a gap year, you don't need a scholarship. You're going to go to a junior college, like maybe Hillsborough Community College. You're going to go to a 4-year college, like maybe FAMU, or you're going to go into the military. Even if you're going into the military, still apply for the scholarships, because you never know when you're going to want to take classes. And so some of these scholarships you may be able to be eligible for. Let's just run through. Oh, here's what I want you to see. For my students going to vocational school, here's one right here. The Apprecio Levy Technical College Scholarship. $1,000, the minimum GPA is a 2.0. Financial need. So you're going to want to have some financial need. You're going to have to attend that particular technical college, but it's an opportunity for you to see some of these scholarships are truly for everyone. You don't have to just be smart or only have financial need. There is quite the mixture of all of these different scholarships. Now here is Captain Kenneth D. Allen Scholarship. This one's $5,000. A minority, minimum unweighted GPA of 2.5, participate in community service, participate in extracurricular activities, majoring in criminology or criminal justice, and going to college. It's a $5,000 scholarship. Very, very few people apply for these scholarships. When you're looking at a huge school district like Hillsborough County, I don't even know how many thousands and thousands of kids are in this county. I'll look that number up at some particular point. But only around 2,000 kids apply. And that's how come you get a lot of the same kids winning multiple scholarships. Here's the Derek Jeter Turn 2 Foundation Scholarship. My son won that one a couple of years ago. There's another Derek Jeter. There is the, let's go through, Dr. Kevin McCarthy Memorial Scholarship. That one, all you have to do is be a senior at Robinson High School. Now, they do want a 3.5 GPA and 25 plus hours of community service. But again, in your foundation scholarships, simply go to Google, put in the name of your school district, Education Foundation. So maybe you live in Miami-Dade, Education Foundation. Maybe you live in Pinellas County, Pinellas, Education Foundation. Hillsborough County, Hillsborough, Education Foundation. Somebody throw out another county to me. I don't know. Orange. Look at you, producer lady. Orange, Education Foundation. You get my drift? Simply go to Google and put in the name of your school district and see what comes up. All right, I'm going to stop sharing again. See where we're moving on to. I'm going to take a breath too here because we only have about 8 or 9 minutes left because we're only doing a 30-minute show, and really, really, really talk to you about being able to find money. It is a little bit of work, but just think, minimum wage, I don't know, what is it, around $8, $10, $11, something like that. So if you work all day long, you've made, let's say you get lucky, you made $100 that day. If you spend all day long, one Saturday, applying to scholarships, let's say you get one scholarship worth $1,000. You took the whole day. So yes, it took a whole day, a whole Saturday, where you would have been working to make maybe $100, but you took off, you used the Saturday, you spent that whole day filling out applications. You won a $1,000 application. You've now made 10 times what you would have made if you'd gone to work on a Saturday. Now, I understand. Yes, you need to work. People need to work. I get that. But you also need to fill out these applications. $1,000, $1,000, $1,500, $2,500, $1,000, $500, $4,000, $5,000. Those are the numbers that are out there on pages and pages of district-specific scholarships. That's what I really, really like to focus on when I talk about scholarships, because from experience, I know that there is money out there when you really focus in on all of the community organizations and your school district's scholarship websites. All right, so now what am I going to go to next? We did the scholarship matrix. We went through the foundation. Always a good time to touch on Bright Futures. All right, so where'd my Bright Futures go? There it is. Now, what I want you to know about Bright Futures, see if I can go back in here. Oh, I've lost my screen. I'm just going to have to talk through it. What you're going to need to know about Bright Futures, it's not just the Bright Futures scholarship that is in the page where you apply to Bright Futures. And I want you to be able to see this. So I've got to figure out where I'm at. Oh, I've lost my spot. Here we go. Nope. Okay. Well, in any case, once you have the opportunity to simply go to Google, put in Bright Futures, you're going to be able to see that I'm clicking on it right now. You're going to be able to see that your Bright Futures scholarship, actually, there are several other grants on that same exact page. And it's so important for you to understand the importance of filling it out. Now, you may be thinking, well, what is it? It is the Florida Bright Future Scholarship Program, and it is the Florida Student Scholarship Grants Program. It is very important for you, even if you are not qualifying for Bright Futures, because quite honestly, it's very difficult to qualify for Bright Futures. But regardless, you still want to go and fill out that particular site. The reason why is because there is a boatload of grants within what we call the Bright Futures site. So very, very important, again, for those of you who live in the state of Florida. Now, this one is, of course, Florida specific, but you never know. There could be some in your state as well. I definitely encourage those of you, wherever you live, whatever state you live in, just Google Texas scholarships grants, Missouri scholarship grants. These are state funded things that you may be able to take advantage of. Only if you do what though? Google the information. All right. I just want to go through some of the things within the Bright Futures Florida Student Scholarship and Grant Programs. Yes, you have the Bright Futures one. You also have effective access to student education, first generation matching grant, Florida Farm Worker Student Scholarship, Florida Law Enforcement Agency Scholarship, Florida Student Assistance Grant. These are all things that you don't have to pay back. This is all free money if you apply and you're awarded some of these scholarships. Some of them you only just have to be eligible for them. Like for Bright Futures, no, you need, of course, a 3.0 and a 1210 on the SAT, or a 25 on the ACT and a 3.0, and of course your community service or your work hours. Okay, but if you do all that, then you get the money. You're going to get 75% of your tuition paid. If you have a 1340 and a 3.5, then you're going to, and of course your community service or your work hours, you're going to get 100% of your tuition paid. I say all that to say, once you fill out the paperwork on the Florida Student Scholarship and Grant Programs, you will see exactly what other programs you may be eligible for. But the only way you're going to be able to figure that out is if you do what? Let me share my screen with you. Right here, share. There it is. A whole side of scholarships available to you. Do you see that? It says Benequisto Scholarship. And each one of these you can click on to figure out what the heck they are, because I don't know what that one is. Let's click on it and see exactly what the requirements are. It's a merit scholarship for high school graduates who get National Merit Scholar recognition, a Florida resident. So each and every one of them, you simply click on them to see exactly what it takes to get that particular scholarship. All right, I think you probably get my drift by now. Let's go back up to my screen here. And I'm going to log back out. Stop sharing. There I am. Whew. I know it's hard. It's a lot. But like I said, if you spend one Saturday, the whole day, filling out scholarship applications, and you win just one scholarship that's worth $1,000, I think that's way better than just the Saturday where you would have spent working and you would have only made $100. So you got to really look at what's out there and what's available to you. So we talked extensively about Bright Futures. All right, let's see what else I have pulled up here. We did Hillsborough Education Foundation. We did the scholarship matrix. We are now going to touch on, as I click through, okay, I want to touch on the PTSA because I started mentioning that a little bit earlier, but I don't think I went all the way through it. Your school, some schools have a PTSA. Within the PTSA, it may give a school scholarship. Might just be $500, might just be $100. It doesn't matter what it is. Apply for it. Then from your school PTSA, you can move on to your Hillsborough County Council PTSA. So your county has a PTSA. Then the state of Florida has a PTSA. So you get my drift here? There are 3 different opportunities. You need to find out what the qualifications are early so that you can make sure you qualify. All right, one last one that I always talk about, but I don't get to talk extensively about is, of course, the UNCF. And again, out of time today, but we are going to talk about the UNCF scholarships, and we'll go through all of the 37 HBCUs that, of course, allow students to qualify for those scholarships. Real quick, I end always, I know we're out of time, my Fantastic Five. Find your fee waiver, fill out your Common App, forward your test scores, find your counselor to forward the transcripts, and FAFSA, FAFSA, FAFSA. I think we're out of time. Let me look at my producer. Are we all done? We're all done. Thanks again for watching. Toodaloo! All right, Miss Producer. You're great.
But you're still on Zoom, though.
Oh. Well, let's see if you can still hear me. I'm super happy. How do I leave?